Welcome back to video number 2 on RVA MTB. Today we are taking a look at a 2018 Giant Talon 2. Under the dirt we can see the black, green, and gray color scheme with a stylish matte finish. The drivetrain is a 2x9 with a Shimano Alivio front derailleur and a Shimano Deore rear derailleur. Specs on Giant's website specify Tektro brakes, but this one clearly has Shimano hydraulic disc brakes. Tires are Maxxis Ardent 2.25s with the EXO casing. They are not only tubeless ready tires, they are set up tubeless from the factory. Giant is one of the few manufacturers that I know of doing this, and this is probably the only bike that comes set up tubeless in this price range. This bike comes with an SR Suntour XCM coil spring fork that has been ditched in favor of an SR Suntour Epixon model. The grips have been replaced with some lock-ons, and the bars have been replaced with Raceface Atlas. The saddle has been replaced with this WTB Speed Pro gel. It is very comfortable, but if you're counting grams, this is not the saddle for you. And lastly, the pedals have been replaced with Raceface Chesters, which are a lightweight composite material with metal pins for grip. So, let's see how it rides. Alright, we're on the Giant Talon. It's actually a medium-sized frame, so a bit smaller than what I'm used to riding. But it's interesting because the reach on this is about the same compared to my bike, which is a large XC bike. I've shortened the stem on it. So it kind of feels pretty similar in terms of the reach. Now, one thing this bike has done to it is a Suntour Epixon torque. XCM has been replaced, and I can notice the lightness of the front end right away. It just feels a bit more playful. And one of the other things you notice is the shifting. Shimano Deore, not too bad. It's not quite as precise. You do get the double click function on downshifts, which is nice. Let's see how that rear derailleur does. Yeah, clanking around a lot. Don't believe this one has a clutch on it. And that is in fact correct. It does not have a clutch. But despite all that noise, it has never dropped a chain. Let's do this little pump track here real quick. That felt nice popping over that little thing. It's a really lightweight, playful bike. And when I say lightweight, that has to be put into perspective a bit. Sure, there are carbon bikes that are lighter, but they're also in a completely different price range. The upgraded fork has a lot to do with the lightness. I'm not kidding, that XCM fork is heavy. It could be repurposed as a boat anchor. You can pick up that old fork just by itself, and it feels heavier than lifting the entire front of this bike. So let's take a look at the value, because unlike the bike featured in my previous video, you can actually go into a bike shop with a fistful of cash and walk out with one of these bikes. The price of a 2019 model is $720. That's down $45 from the 2018 model, with no differences aside from color schemes. You get a well-made frame with good geometry, some decent components, and tubeless tires. $720 may or may not be a lot of money to you, but it seems like a very reasonable price for this bike. There is a cheaper option, the Giant Talon 3, at $540, but I wouldn't recommend it. It comes with a worse fork, a lower end 3x8 drivetrain, and less aggressive Maxxis Icon tires that are not tubeless. That is quite a few negatives to only save $180. So unless you were planning on replacing all of those things anyway, the Talon 2 is the way to go. If you enjoyed this video, give it a thumbs up. If you want to see more videos like this, please hit the subscribe button. Until next time, get outside, ride whatever bike you have, and most importantly, have fun.